How you doing? This is day 5. I've just finished the gym. Just been in. It's just 10 past 9 now. I was there about 7:15, so yeah, fair 2 hours work this morning. Felt a bit tired from yesterday, but yeah, once I got into it again, it was pretty good. Having one of these little agua cocos, which is coconut water, very nice. It's just for rehydrating and stuff. I had about a litre of water in there as well, and I've got this for on the way home. So there's probably maybe about 300 millilitres, maybe between 300 and 400 for on the way home, and that's what I had last night. So that's going to be my first juice of the day. Maybe around 10 o'clock or 10:30 I'll do some orange juice then. So I'll see you in a bit. Alright, take care. We're on juice number 3 of the day. This is a nice green one. It's a cabbage. It's got lettuce in it and 3 pears and a half of lime. It doesn't sound great, but it is fairly nice. I think the addition of the lime makes it a bit different, you know. So it's fairly good. I think I need to in the morning to have some juice before I go to the gym. We're not going to the gym until 9 tomorrow instead of 7, but I definitely think I need that little bit of energy inside my system. I think going there without anything is it's a bit harsh, and I've noticed it now. It's going on throughout the day. I had sort of a siesta earlier on, so I went to sleep for about half an hour. Sometimes I do that, but today it was maybe 10:30 or something like that. That's why I didn't have the second juice until 12:30 nearly. And then I had another sort of a tiredness spell, if you like, about a half an hour ago. But we were around taking some photos of the puppies and stuff, so once I started doing that, it was grand. And then I made the juice, and I think it's all down to that. I'm not drinking enough of these. I mean, at the beginning I said I was going to drink 3 litres of juice a day, and I'm probably only doing about 2 litres, so I need to up it a bit, especially the veggies. I bought a box of carrots and I haven't used any of them yet, so I'm going to look for some more recipes for that. And I'll speak to you later on. Well, that took me ages to get that next juice. I was just sat down doing some editing and just checking out some emails and stuff, and I looked at the clock and it was just after 12, so I was going to get a juice at whatever it was, 10:30 or something like that, 11 o'clock. But anyway, I was hungry by that time, so I did almost this to go up to here, you know. So cheers. I'm still hungry. There's nothing like it. Freshly squeezed juice. To be honest, the whole 5 days so far has been a doddle. You know, I've had a couple of weak moments and stuff like that where I felt a bit of weakness. I've had a couple of moments where I've sort of looked and thought, I'd love to eat that now, but apart from that, you know, it's grand. I think again, it's all about mindset. You know, if you set your mind to accept the things that are around you that you can't have, that you can't do, and you have a plan in your head, you have a reason for doing it and all that kind of stuff, it makes it just a whole lot easier, you know. I wanted to talk today about just how to overcome the fact that there is food everywhere. You know, and it's the same thing when you're quitting drinking or you're quitting smoking, right? You're going to see it everywhere, right? You're going to see alcohol advertisements everywhere. You see people that drink alcohol, you see people that do the same kind of things that you used to do, but you can no longer do, right? And there's a big thing of you missing out, you know, a feeling of you missing out on something, whether it's going out and getting blasted, tasting that wine or whatever, you know. Same thing here with not being able to have, tomorrow is normally the curry night, tomorrow and Sunday, or sometimes we do it Sunday and Monday, but the weekend anyway is generally curry night. In fact, I won't be able to have one now or for the next 4 weeks. It's a bit weird, but you know, it's just part of this process that I want to go through. It's part of the whole thing. So you know, it's all, no matter what you do, you're going to see You're going to see food around you, you're going to see people eating, you're going to see smells, you're going to see advertisements everywhere. Almost every program that you watch has got something to do with food in it, you know. It's one of my favourite things is looking at food shows, you know, or even documentaries now about veganism or whole foods, plant-based diet and all that kind of stuff. It's still food, you know, and people are still eating food. My sister gave me a couple of cookbooks last week, and yeah, lovely cookbooks, vegan cookbooks, really nice stuff, and I'll be digging into them afterwards, but not for now. You know, my motivation for doing this is important, you know, and your motivation for doing anything in life is important. For me, it's trying to be healthy, to get down to a certain weight, to get down to a certain level where I want to get rid of the fat once and for all, let's put it like that. You know, I was saying to Esther this morning, I could easily do this for, the way I'm thinking now, for 60 days. I'm not going to do it for 60 days, I'm going to do it for the 30 days and then see how I am then, and then assess things once I start coming up to it. That's what I said before about, you know, when you're taking things 30 days at a time, you know, don't wait until the final day to decide that you're going to do the next 30 days. What you have to do is, in that final week, you know, when you get to day 23, 24, you start to assess things then. You start to plan out what you're going to do in the next month, right? How are you feeling now? Assess your psychological well-being, your physical well-being, how you're feeling in your mind, you know, and in your body. And you start to think about these things in terms of, I'm going to do another 30 days. So, you know, before you get to that 30 day, before you start that 30 day, the first 30 days, I always recommend that you do some preparation, so you get a lot of preparation. So in that final 7 days of the first 30 days, you go through that same preparation process. It doesn't have to be as intensive as the first one. You know, you could sit down for 10 minutes, 15 minutes and, you know, do a little bit of preparation and know what you're going to do. So when the date comes, that next day is going to be the start of your next 30 days and stuff. So that's what I'm going to do in here. I mean, I've had some ideas about what I'm going to do afterwards, but I haven't really got down on paper yet anything definite. Going to wait until day 21, day 23, day 24, and then start to think about what I'm going to do after that. You know, in terms of food, how I'm going to transition back into full eating again, you know, eating full food. I still want to carry on the juicing to a certain degree, and I might do that for the first 2 weeks, maybe with juices halfway through the day and then a meal at the end of it, or I might do it with smoothies. I don't know yet, so I'm just going to sort of take that as it comes. You know, it is in anything. I was saying yesterday when I was talking about Joe Cross and doing the Fat, Sick and Nearly Dead, you know, listen to other people and stuff is a dodgy thing to do, because you know, you have to listen to it, but then everyone's experience is going to be different, you know. So those first few days in any situation, you could have great motivation, you could have enough motivation in you that it overcomes anything physical that you might go through, or you don't get the psychological hit that a lot of people do. You know, if you come into any of this type of a thing with a psychological any negative psychological baggage, right, you're giving yourself a handicap straight away, because you know you're sort of you're allowing your brain to dictate everything around you, and whether that's negative or positive, it's going to affect you, you know. So you're much better off trying to spend a lot of that preparation time in boosting your positive attitude about it, about whatever it is that you're doing. Decide what you're going to do, and then look for positive feedback from anyone, you know, from any source, whether it's the internet or people around you. As soon as you hear negative feedback, as soon as you see negative feedback, get out of there. You don't need it, you know. It's only going to affect you adversely at the end of the day. So you know, for me, this whole thing about doing this 30 days is that I know it's long enough to reboot certain parts of my system, you know. Reboot my stomach size, Reboot, my salt intake, Reboot, my whole system. I mean, I've only been doing this now for, like I say, 5 days. This is my 5th day into it, and I feel good, you know. I'm surprised at how good I feel, you know. I didn't expect to get this buzz so quickly, you know. Before I'd done this, I can't remember, you know, going back, but it wasn't the same as this, you know. I was counting my weight every day, so I was weighing myself every morning, and I think that was sort of having a little bit of an effect on me as well, because, you know, the first day you're obviously going to lose a lot of weight, right? I think it was what, six pounds or something like that on the first day I lost last time, and then the next day you might lose a pound or 2 pounds, then the following day you might lose a pound, then the next day you might not lose anything, and that psychologically affects you, because it's a negativity, right? You know, you're expecting to lose weight day after day after day, and then when you don't, it's a hit to your motivation. You know, even though you might not think it, underneath it all is a hit. So you have to try and get rid of that, and at least lessen it as much as you can, you know. So, you know, all these videos that I'm trying to do here, one of the reasons I'm trying to do this 30-day reboot with the juicing is because it's one of the things that I can show you how I'm going through step by step any changes that I want to bring into my life, you know. The 30 days for me is all about, as I say, rebooting a lot of things in my life, trying to get rid of a lot of the fat that's been sitting around my waist for so long now, and it's also I wanted to see how I could do this and still incorporate the day-to-day gym activities and all the rest of the things that I'm doing, and then once I've got to that, you know, once I've got through this 30 days, I've got down to a certain weight, then I'm going into the gym and I'm carrying on doing what I'm doing, and I want to see how that affects me, you know. So hopefully I get rid of a lot of the fat, might take away a bit of the muscle as well, but after that, then what I'm going to do is try and concentrate on the muscle and building up the muscle and stuff like that. So I'll leave it for there, and I'll see you later on for the next video. Cheers. I'm going to carry on with this juice, kill the thing. See you later. Just enjoying is this the 4th one? I think the 4th juice of the day. This one is made of pineapple. It's got some carrots in it. It's got some melon, which is called Santa Claus melon, a bit of ginger, and I've also added a scoop of the organic protein powder to this one. Just felt a bit weird and stuff like that. I'm in here. I'm sat beside my little pups. They're fast asleep now. I think they're getting a little bit bigger. Oh, hey, pup. They're just, you forget how much like babies they are. They wake up, have a bit of wiggle around, they do a bit of running around and getting up to a bit of mischief, and then fall back asleep again, and they eat something, do a little poop or a piddle. We've got these sort of nappies on the floor. I don't know, nappies. In my day, my dad used to put newspaper around the place, you know, so the puppies could piddle on the newspaper. They don't seem to be using them anyway, you know, so I don't know. We never buy newspapers anyway, so we've got none of that around the house. Any other suggestions? I don't know how much they cost. I think they're fairly reasonable anyway, 3 or 4 quid for 20 or 30 of them, so yeah, they're not too bad. So this is a nice juice. Might see you later on for another one. It's 5:30 now. 5:30 in the evening, so yeah, see what's happening later on. Take care, see you later. That's it, I'm on to my last juice now. I have a couple more bits left to do today. Here's the mama coming up. Hey. She's lovely. She's a real cutie. It's cold outside and nice and warm in here with the fire and stuff like that. This one is it's like a cucumber. It's got a bit of all sorts in it and stuff, you know. Some more of that melon that I bought earlier on, a couple of apples, some red pepper, half a lemon. There's another couple of bits and pieces in there as well, a bit of spinach and stuff like that. So yeah, it's grand. It's really nice stuff. Yeah. I made sort of a big one, maybe just under a litre of the whole thing and stuff like that. But I've only drank about maybe 300 millilitres of it, and I'm feeling full, so I'm not going to even drink. I'm not even going to finish all this off. I'm going to leave the rest till the morning. I'm watching Star Trek on Netflix now. Star Trek Discovery, I think it is. So see how that goes. Cheers. Day 5 over, and I'll speak to you tomorrow. Take care. Bye now.